Okay. Apologize for keeping you guys here. Appreciate you guys sticking around here. Needed to spend some time visiting with our team tonight for an extended period of time. Like to thank our crowd for being here tonight. Thought our crowd was great. Great turnout. I thought again we got a chance to get off to a really good start in this ball game. Work the game plan for a better part of the game. Down the stretch we've got to be able to find ways to finish games and be able to close out. Big 12 opponents, whether you be at home or on the road.
Raise your hands. Questions for the players, please. Eric in the front left, please.
This is for both Max and Dylan. Just kind of what's the mood in the locker room right now? Obviously frustrated to the 1-3 start, and kind of what do you guys think you have to do to kind of get this thing heading in the right direction?
Yeah, obviously, we're not happy. We're very frustrated with the way that game ended. We feel like we lost that game just by not paying attention to the details and being able to close out that team. We're just focusing right now, getting better tomorrow in practice and Friday in practice, because we know we have another good team coming here, top 10 team coming in here on Saturday. And we know that we have to pay attention to those details and play as hard as we possibly can in order to come out with that win on Saturday.
Max.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, pretty disappointed for sure. The start right now to conference, but it's a lot of conference games left, so we gotta dig deep, figure out how we can be better individually as a team, and then turn the page for the next one.
Thomas in front, please.
Dylan, what was the toughest thing they were doing on the glass? Because they had a pretty big edge on the boards against y'all.
Yeah, they were just very physical on the glass. Myself and the other bigs, we didn't take it to them physically, and that's on us. We know coming in the rest of Big 12 play that's how it's going to be. We have to be just physical as every other team.
Westcott, front left.
Dylan, what do you have to do to be able to stay out of foul trouble, and how important is that for the team?
Yeah, I try my hardest to stay out of foul trouble for sure. Just making smart plays, making good contests, not swiping at balls sometimes that I don't need to. Is the biggest thing, just being very cerebral with my defense.
Coach, obviously, in the first.
Let's get the players.
Oh, okay. That's
Get the players.
Okay, yeah.
Go ahead.
Max, on defense, what were they doing that, in the second half in particular, that was throwing you all off? Was it the zone or any other strategy?
I think that we kind of stopped playing with our pace that we were playing with in the first half. We got to be better of taking better shots, kind of getting the things that we want on that end of the floor.
Taryn, go ahead.
Max, you're upset, emotional, you can tell. How do you brush this off? Next practice, what happens?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we got to look at ourselves in the mirror and see the different areas that we need to improve on. Individually and as a team, we got to be better at playing a full game. Built the lead early, didn't sustain it throughout the game, and we got big-time opponents coming in, and the games aren't going to get any easier, so we got to figure it out.
Kirk, last one for the players.
If I ask one to each of you, first, Dylan, how do you explain what's gone wrong? This team was so good last year, had a lot of people back, and you're an older team, even with some of the transfers. How do you explain what's going on in these first 4 games in conference?
I don't think that there's anything wrong per se with us. I think that we just need to figure out how to play as hard as we possibly can for 40 straight minutes. And once we do that, we'll have some more success.
And Max, did you feel like they were picking on you at the end of the game because you're smaller in stature and they were able to take you to the bucket?
No, I mean, not at all. I didn't think they were. But
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Raise your hands. Questions for Coach, please. Eric, go ahead, please.
RT, yesterday in Zoom, I asked you about UCF's guard play. You obviously spoke highly of Darius Johnson, Jalen Sellers versus Shamari Allen. Just You talked about their performance and how you felt your guards fared against them. And second part of the question, Coach, is cameras caught kind of some frustration from you post-game towards UCF. I guess maybe something they were doing in the line. Just wondering if you could comment on that at all.
Well, again, those guys played a good game tonight. We knew their guards were really good. Coming in here, Johnson's having one of his better years, shooting the basketball and putting a lot of pressure on the basket. We knew Sellers is a guy that, needed to score at a very high clip for him. He came off the bench and played really well for those guys. And, Allen, we knew he was a driver. He's going to put his head down and try to drive the basketball and get to the rim. And they played well. I thought we did a pretty good job on Johnson for a better part of the game. I mean, our goal was to try to hold him to 12 or less points. He had 11 points in the game. Allen made a couple big shots at the end of the shot clock, and Sellers had a big game. Sellers played well, got to the foul line. This team, really wanted to try to get to the foul line. They get to the foul line about 23, 24 times a game, And I think the second part of your question is, I'm a big believer in, you win the right way, you lose the right way. And, I always tell my guys, whether you win or lose, you win the right way. You lose the right way, you carry yourself the right way. You don't go through the handshake line or prior to getting to the handshake line and have about 6 or 7 guys putting the horns down. We don't do that, because when you do those kind of things, it looks very classless, and it also looks like you were just hoping to win. We never go into games trying to hope to win. We go into games expecting to win. So we don't act like that. We expect to win. We don't jump up and down act like we won a national championship. We sure don't step on anyone's home court deal and act crazy and try to show them up in any way. We don't do that. So that's what I was angry about, and I was letting those guys know you don't do that. You guys won. Hey, we shake your hand, tip our hat to you, but we're not going to let you act that way in our building. You're not going to do that. You're not going to put your horns down and do all that nonsense.
Tyler, go ahead.
RT, where do you go from here? A 1-3 start in the Big 12. How do you move forward?
Well, again, I always tell our guys, and I won't stop saying it, you have to have an even kill in this game. You have to have an even kill in life. And, you got to continue to stay the course. You got to continue to work the process, continue to get better, continue to want to get better, and have a passion for it at an incredible level. And there's no quit in that room over there. I mean, it's 1-3. It's not the start we wanted to Big 12 play. Every night, you only keep it for one night, whether you win or lose. And it's on to the next, really good opponent. We've got a top 10 Baylor team coming in this Saturday that will come here, and they've had a great start to their season. And, you don't have time to have a hangover and feel sorry for yourself. You got to continue to roll up your sleeves, go back to work, get back to your preparation and try to be prepared for another really good opponent.
Thomas in front.
Coach, you mentioned you had a long talk with the fellas in the locker room. What was the message you were trying to get across to them in the moments right after that game?
Well, I mean, Thomas, I've been here a long time, and we've had a lot of good players and a lot of good teams, wear that Texas jersey, and it means something, and we've won a lot, so, everybody that we play, we're always going to get their best game. We're not going to get anybody to play Texas not ready to play, but that comes with, again, the guys that have been in this program and the winning we've done over the years, and at home, being at home is not enough. You still have to outcompete the other opponent. You have to, you got to go take that win. You got to finish the game. And again, I'll put a lot of onus on myself to get our guys to fully understand that and embrace that, and want to be competitive to the point to where, when you lose, we got some tears in that room over there, because you play to win at an incredible level, and we're going to try to keep a passion for that. That'll always be there, and we're just going to keep working.
Westcott in front.
Do you think that you guys were able to match the physicality of UCF tonight?
Well, when you're coming in, it's going to be a really physical team. This team here gets about 15 offensive rebounds a game. They've got size. They're older as well. It wasn't going to take one effort play. It was going to take multiple effort plays to keep, their team off the glass. And they put their will on us in that regards, and they got second chance opportunities. And when they got those opportunities, they cashed in on them.
Coach, your message going into this game was about physicality. Obviously, you answered that a little bit. Finishing plays that are easy for you guys to get done. Seems like nothing's been easy for you all these last 4 games. Is it time to push the panic button, Coach? And also, when you had the meeting today, who were the team leaders receptive of that to you guys, or how did that go in there?
Yes, Steve, I'm not a panic guy. I've never been a panic guy, because I believe in God and I have a lot of faith in Him. He has the master plan. There's nothing that's going to be put in front of us right now from a basketball standpoint, from a life standpoint, okay, that we can't overcome in terms of obstacles. You have that blind faith, man. You live that way. You live your life that way. There's no fear. There's no worry. You put it in His hands. So to answer your point, we just got to continue to work. We have some guys over there in the room that are veteran players that want to win. They understand that it's about the details, and it's about the inches in the 12 that decide games, because there are a lot of possession games. But no, I'm a firm believer in God, man. There's no weapon formed against me or my team that we can't overcome.
Kirk, go ahead.
Rodney, how would you rate the defense right now, and especially in the closing stretches of the game when you so desperately need to get a stop?
I think Kirk. I think we've shown flashes of being really good defensively and following the game plan, to a T. We did it tonight. We just have to be able to do it for 40 minutes. And again, it's not going to be perfect, but when we make those mistakes, we have to make those mistakes going really, really hard. And really, again, just trying to stick to the game plan and try to follow it all the way through in terms of the things that are going to give you a competitive advantage. You've got to know that personnel inside out. You've got to know the keys to the game. Hey, we got to, whatever it takes to keep my guy off the glass and guys come down to rebound, we've got to be able to do that. We've got to value taking care of that basketball like our life depends on it. And then we just got to continue to work the game all the way through. Stay poised, stay connected, and, try to continue to finish the game out the right way.
Coach, can you tell us what practice will look like tomorrow? Do you guys practice the last 15 minutes of practice like it would be a game where it's so intense to mimic like what happened tonight?
Well, Terry, what you do tonight, is you got a lot of guys that played a lot of significant minutes. It's going to be a quick turnaround against a really good team coming in here Saturday. We'll come back and we'll watch a lot of tape. We'll introduce our team that we're about to play. Have a good feel for their identity, their personnel, and it's more of a cerebral day when you come back playing a game like you played tonight, and with especially being a physical game, we're gonna have to mend guys, and guys got to get some good recovery for the quick turnaround. But we'll watch a lot of this tape. We'll try to figure it out. We'll pick segments of the tape that we'll watch, where we weren't, probably playing at the level we needed to play to get this done tonight.
Coach I.T. Horton into the starting lineup tonight. Were you satisfied with his performance, and you think you're going to keep him there going forward?
Well, we needed to do something to try to really unlock him a little bit in terms of, we need his scoring. We recruited him to be a guy that, could shoot the basketball at a high clip for us and give us another scoring threat along some of our other guards and forwards that we have. And, I thought he's been one of those guys that started his entire career. And even for the times that he's played here and he started games, he's been very productive for us. And, I thought tonight would be a good opportunity, to get him going a little bit. We need him, and we're going to need him throughout the Big 12 race in terms of having another scoring threat. And I thought he played well. I thought he tried to play really hard defensively, and I thought he tried to do the things that we're asking him to do offensively for us as well.
Rodney, what do you think is the main key to getting more production out of your bench?
Well, again, I thought the better part of our first part of our season, our bench gave us really good productive play. And even when our bench is not scoring, a lot of times they've come in and they've had impacts on the game. Kendall Weaver will come in and, he's an energy and activity guy that brings a lot of energy when he comes to the floor, and sometimes that doesn't show up in the box scores with points, but he comes in and he affects the game at a high level. We had IT coming off the bench for us. Brock's going to be able to give us that role at some point again as well. He's been a guy over the course of his career that's come in, and he's giving you a guy that could come in and make some shots for you as well. And he will. He'll do that for us moving forward. My biggest point with the guys coming in off the bench is just coming in and having an impact on the game, whether it's in the box score with points or whether it's coming in and really affecting the game and kind of holding the rope for the frontline guys that start the game.
Thanks all. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.